Hey there, artsy friends. I am just going to jump right into it today. I got a advertisement in the mail from Crystal Bridges Art Museum with this exquisite creatures and all these beautiful insects, and I'm going to go check it out. And it reminded me of some paint colors that I have, and I thought I might just cut those little bugs out and do something with them. But to create a base layer or background, I wanted to use some of these, metallic iridescent type paints, which I always love anyway. I do a lot with them. So I just grabbed my little set that I have, and I love using an old credit card. And actually, it's never was really a credit card. It was like those fake credit cards that they used to send you. So years ago, when I was like, I don't know, a craft person hoarder, I would save things like that, thinking someday I'm going to make like a giant sculpture out of them or something. So I have a million of them. I did that with Play-Doh lids. What else did I do that with? I don't know. I just thought, this would be interesting material. So I think sometimes being artistic goes along with being, I don't want to say a hoarder, because that is an actual, real diagnosable disease. But you know what I mean? Like, we want to save everything because we see the possibilities and everything. Like, oh, look at this little, especially like junk journaling. Oh my gosh. I'm actually big on decluttering and organizing and not having excess, because I think stuff can just weigh us down and we can spend way too much energy managing our stuff. But then I get into my creative zone and in all the realm of possibilities of all the things I could do. And I think, this could be something for art, and this could be something. And oh my goodness. So I know that many of you out there can relate. Like, well, why do we save all the stuff? But anyway, all of that to say, I have these old fake credit cards that I use to paint with. So, all right. So I'm bringing in all kinds of metallic colors. I had a copper color there. And then I'm looking at the advertisement and going, these are not the same colors. I thought, maybe it needs some greens to pull it out. But the greens just are not going with the page. So I'm going to save my insect little advertisement there for some other day, and maybe I'll be a little bit more strategic about the colors if I'm gonna use that in some way. I'm kind of funny about using materials that are somebody else's creation. I don't know. I'm really big on making kind of like organic marks. Even with stenciling and stamping, it's like, somebody else created that mark. But as long as I can use a tool to make it very uniquely my own, then I will. But I don't gravitate toward the pre-made embellishments and things like that, which there's nothing wrong with them. So I'm not criticizing or judging anybody who enjoys using those things. So, but I do like stencils, and I'm getting better at it. See, I'm not smudging it as much. Yay for me. So I'm just using various stencils to give this page more depth and layers. And I have a tendency to kind of compartmentalize and move around and separate, but it looks much better and much, I think, if you kind of overlap the stencils a bit, so that all of the sections of color and different things kind of bleed over each other. And so there's layer upon layer of interest there. I wanted to bring in a little bit more texture, so I'm using this modeling paste, which raises up and almost kind of gives it an embossed feel, and you can use it with stencils. You can smudge it on a page and then kind of sgraffito or scratch into it. A couple different ways you can use it, but I just fill it in with a palette knife, and then scrape off any sections that I don't want, that are like maybe partial. I don't know, or you can just leave them, doesn't matter. But I'm just gonna do it in a couple of places just to add some more texture. So the modeling paste it's kind of a white, but it's a little bit opaque, and it's really easy to add like with a light brush or your fingertip, a little paint or a little powder or something just to kind of give it some color. So I'm doing that with these little pearlescents. This pearlescent paint set it's kind of translucent. So as I'm kind of dabbing it around the page, the lighting makes it look like I'm covering things up, but like right there, but you can actually kind of see through it. It doesn't cover too solid, so you can kind of, as I raise it up, you can kind of see the coverage. But so far, I'm really liking this page. So I just learned that there's actually a term for when you want to like write really sloppy and almost where it's not even legible. It's asemic writing. Actually, asemic writing, you don't even necessarily use real words. You just kind of scribble like you are, like almost like you're a child pretending to write cursive and you don't really know what you're doing. And you make kind of marks all over. That's asemic writing. But I'm actually writing real words. These are words to a song that a friend of mine sent to me as a request. I lead worship at my fellowship, and so people send me songs like, ooh, check out this song, check out that song. So I've really been listening to it a lot and letting the words seek in. So I decided to go right on the page. I didn't really like the white strip on there, but I really wanted to include this song. I'll put a link down below to the song itself. It's called Mercy by The Rock Music, but I'm going to read you the lyrics because they're so good. This is talking about Jesus, or Yeshua. You won't bear down the back of the broken. You won't turn away those who have thirst. You won't bind up with cords of religion. There's mercy. You won't put out a flickering candle. You won't crush down the weakest reed. You won't turn away orphans or widows. There's mercy. Your light shatters the darkness. Your love reaches for me. Tender mercies that bind up the broken, the Savior that sin never saw coming. You won't abandon the sheep who have fallen. You won't leave us. The Helper has come. You won't leave us to sin's condemnation. There's mercy. You're not deaf to the groans of the weary. You'll keep us. The future is sure. You won't leave us to tremble with worry. There's mercy. Your light shatters the darkness. Your love reaches for me. Tender mercies that bind up the broken, the Savior that sin never saw coming. That is why I love you. That is why I run to you. Because you are the hope of the world, and you open the eyes of the blind, because you are the light of the world, and this is why I run to you, oh Jesus. So I did enjoy the process of writing out the song lyrics and the words because they were special, and art journaling isn't just about creating a visual product. It's about the process, and so I'm glad I did it, but it did kind of detract from the dynamic of the background a little bit, so it definitely needed something visually to pop a little bit more. And so even though I'm covering up the words, you can't really read the words anyway. So that's okay with me. So use the stencil for Mercy, and now I'm just adding a botanical feature to this side of the page. I don't know if I'm going to do anything on the other side yet. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. This is my music sheet, and so I'm just going to cut words straight off. It was an extra misprint anyway, and it just ties up the whole song. That is why I love you, because he loves us first, and we respond to him, and that is what our relationship with God is all about. It's not about religion. It's about loving him back, because he is merciful. So I'm showing you different angles and different lighting because this page really has a different look depending on how you look at it, which I think is kind of cool. So I hope you enjoyed watching my process and hanging out with me, and that you'll come back and hang out with me again. And in the meantime, you go make some art and have a blessed day.